J.W. Hart, the Iron Man of bull riding. He has his own event every year in Decatur, Texas. It's a pretty special event because not only does J.W. bring the rankest bulls in the world and have a good payout for the bull riders, J.W. always gives back. Hey, Dirty Chariot. You know, when bull riding started, half the score has always been for the bull. But, you know, that case is still the same, but now, you know, the bulls are in competition as well. So that same score that they were getting before, you know, to make a total score for the bull rider is just for itself. For instance, a bull can buck a rider off in 4 seconds and win all the money. In the other end of it, the bull rider could be a high score and win a check for himself, but the bull not be good enough to win himself a check. They're definitely in separate competitions these days. Dirty Chariot is not going this weekend, but he's still unridden. This weekend there's bull competition for 2, 3, and 4-year-old bulls, but we're just taking 2-year-olds and 1 4-year-old. It feels like the competition starts right now. I know that there's over 40 ranches backing up to their load and chute, loading their very best bull as we speak. The bulls have to be checked in today, this afternoon, and they'll be coming from all over the country. You know, some guys might have to just drive 30 minutes, some guys have to drive 15 hours, but every ranch is bringing their very best bull to one location. In the same other end of it, you know, there's been bull riders working out and stretching just to get ready for this event all week long. Well, I'm gonna get these bulls down there and get them checked in, and I'll see you at the bull riding.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Love you. Hey, wedding bells. You boys ready to go to town? Oh, I hope Kickapoo bucks. My wife will be happy. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. Look up. It's pretty neat this weekend. I'll be working both ends of the bull, I guess you could say. I'm riding in the J.W. Hart Invitational and also bucking bulls. So it feels like you're kind of getting both. You know, you want the bulls to do great and buck really hard, and then on the other hand, you know, I'm coming to ride. You know, I come to do just like the other 34 bull riders. You know, wrap my hand in there and stay on for 8 seconds. So it feels like you get every aspect of the bull riding. Watch this this next one. He seems real gentle, but he'll cheap shot you. Let's get it. Give you a warning. You ready for him? All right, play gun. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I think they put him on the right. With a 2-2. There running the sand and left that. Whoa, play again. Whoa, play again. Whoa, play again. I thought if I was gonna get kicked by either one of them, it would be by Kickapoo. Yeah. Yeah. Good day. You kind of, have your idea of what you want them to come do. They're like your kids. I get more nervous with those baby calves bucking than me riding myself, but felt like they come and did good. Oh, no. And you definitely got to be proud of the bull's performance today. Kickapoo actually finished 9th today, which is just out of the money. No matter how good the bull did, though, when you're doing this to make a living, it's kind of an important thing. Play gun was just a little after him, but they're gonna have to get a little better than that before Vegas, because it's pretty. The payout of these events is definitely weighted at the top, so you gotta ask them for the best. But the way they did it, it's a 3D futurity today. If it was a normal futurity, Kickapoo would have won money, but the way it was set up today, he didn't. First place calf was 89.25 points, and they paid 5 places off there, and then they subtracted 12 points or 6 points from the number 1, and then skipped down and paid 4 more places, skipped down 6 more points, and paid 2 more places. Even the 2D paid $1,756, which is good. Of course, first place paying almost $7,600. That would have been the best place to be. But both the bulls just kind of fell in the cracks. One was right behind the 1D and one was right behind the 2D. Normally, there's only 2 fraternities all year that do the 3D, JW Hart Invitational and the Jerome Davis Challenge. And, I think it draws a lot of calves because, when you get to middle of June, a lot of people get the idea that, these 10 or 15 calves are going to win first, and their guys start, keeping their bulls at home. And when you have a 3D situation that, if my bull doesn't have his best day, there's still a chance that he's going to win some money. And it kind of opens the door for people that have been the first several events of the season and just didn't make it, but are not ready to quit, not done trying. Well, we're here with the Iron Man, JW Hart, at your own invitational. Of course, you want to know the history. How did this event get started?
Shoot, back in the mid '90s, late '90s, I always wanted for some reason I just wanted to have a bull ride, and I wanted to put one on. I felt like I knew what it took to put one on, and I did for 4 years in Gainesville, Texas. And the thing about it was that when I did it there, I did it all myself. I went and got the sponsors, and I've hired people and I've fired people, and after about 3 or 4 years of it, of just going out, I'm not a salesperson, and I had to be a salesperson part of the time to go get sponsorships, and every year I'd get a little more hesitant about going and putting little things off, and one of my sponsors there in town actually mentioned about bringing it to Decatur, and I thought, you know, it might be time. I said, I don't want to deal with the sponsors. You guys deal with the sponsors. I'll bring the show and put the performance on. And they had a meeting and called me back and said, we'll get the money together, you bring the show to town, and we'll make a partnership out of it. So Wise County Charities was kind of formed at that time, and the J.W. Hart Challenge moved to Decatur, Texas. When I was riding, I had, you know, my best friends rode, so they would all come just to support their friend like I'd go support them. And now that I don't ride, I'm not in the same locker room as them guys, so it's a different set of guys in there now. So you really got to make stuff, you got to add more money, you got to bring different stuff into it to entice them guys to keep coming. But seems like we've always tried to do something. We've paid everybody's entry fees, we've added more money, we've made challenges out of it. So it's been event of the year 3 or 4 years. So we're we're very proud of what we put together, and I feel like with the bulls we bring and the guys we get to come, it's if not the best touring pro bull riding of the year. For the last 9 years, we went with the United Way. We give the big portion to the United Way in the community, but we also make contributions to the schools, the fire departments, the police stations, and things like that. And we just felt, you know, with all the things going on in the world today and all the wars that's going on and the guys that are keeping us free, and we really feel like we could support those guys in a way that would mean something to everybody. And it's homes for the guys when they come home. Our country, it's sad to say, doesn't really take care of our soldiers the way they really should. And by this foundation, we can provide a soldier and his family with a mortgage-free home. You're a homeowner, I'm a homeowner. We know what a mortgage is and how big they can be, and how nice it would be not to have one. And if we can give one of those soldiers a house mortgage-free, it'll make his life coming back from overseas and fighting a war for our freedom a little bit easier. And we're going to give 5 of them away. We're going to give over $1 million worth of houses away to needy soldiers, and we stick our chest out. We're proud of that.
Andrew, tell me just a little bit about the J.W. Hart PBR Challenge.
We've been planning this 10-year anniversary since last fall, and there's 4 of us involved in WC Challenger Charities, myself, Wendell Berry Jr., Calvin Jackson, and one of our founding members, Roy Young, at the age of 49, passed away unexpectedly last fall as we were planning this event. In fact, it was the night before we had our first big meeting to talk about our plans, and got a phone call late that night, and he'd had a massive heart attack and passed away, and so it hadn't been the same getting prepared for it this year, but we had really big plans for this event. Roy, more than any of us, is taking great pride in, I mean, whether how tall the grass is, how the weed eating's been done, he just wanted to make sure that our fans, the riders, and everyone that experienced this event had the best time possible. Every year we try and honor our veterans. We have the country that we live in because of the sacrifices that our veterans, both young and old, have made. And we always, especially with our event being near Memorial Day, try and show tribute and our appreciation for what those veterans have done for not just this country, but this community and all of us that live here. And that ties real nicely in with our charity aspect. As we were planning our 10-year event, our first focus was, what can we do to dress this event up, make it even bigger and better for the fans, and, you know, more pyro and fireworks, and who can we bring in to sing or do something. And all those things cost a lot of money. And as we stepped back and reflected on what we were trying to accomplish, this has always been about the charities, supporting our local community. We want to bring as many people to this community from the outside so that they see what a great place Decatur and Wise County is. They spend their dollars here, they want to come back here, and that they get a real good experience at this bull ride, and they leave feeling satisfied and excited and looking forward to next year. And so we realized that's not what we wanted. We didn't want to spend a lot of extra money and glitz and glam and try and dress it up, because we got a great event the way it is. Calvin Jackson and Alan Sessions, who's a part of WC Challenger Charities, just happened to be doing a trade show down in San Antonio, and they ran into a severely battered and bruised and banged up veteran that was just back from overseas, Jeremy Frost. And you know, when they got back, they were still in tears, when they couldn't even talk about it.
Jeremy, I know you made huge effects. You know, I think you were the origin of the idea, you know, to make the donation, to give these guys houses, you know, or to give one originally. How does it make you feel now that they've raised over $100,000 and what they're going to do here Saturday night?
I mean, it truly means just about everything to us, because I go out with a lot of programs. I do a lot of things, fishing, hunting. It's just, it shows guys like myself that the country truly does care about you, that there's a lot of great people out there that are here for us, that just want to do everything they possibly can to make us better. And it's honestly, it reminds you that you can live, no matter what happened to you. Missing one leg, missing two legs, missing two arms, it doesn't matter. Just, it's programs like this that get you out there to remind you that nothing's really changed. You might be different than you were before you left, but you can live your life just the same.
You made such an effect on a group of guys that, you know, have hearts of gold, and I think it's a domino effect. And I think it just hits me hard. You know, it kind of makes you ball up a little bit to think that those soldiers that are coming in here tomorrow night, that they don't know what's going to happen. You know, how's that going to affect their lives?
Oh, it's going to be, I mean, saying it's going to be life-changing, you know, it's out there, but it truly is, because these guys are coming out, they're just getting out of the military, they've been out a little while, they're probably hard on their feet, looking for jobs. If they don't already have one, they might even be set up for success, but the fact that they don't ever have to worry about a mortgage or paying on a house again, it's an amazing thing.
It means a lot to me, and especially the waves that you've made on not just this area, but the thousands of people that are going to be here, and
Yes,
and what you've done, and definitely give you lots of respect.
yes, sir.
Sure.
Just honored to be here. It's an amazing thing they put together, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
My heroes?
Yeah.
These two guys, yeah. Yep. K-A-S-E.
Tell you what, this is tough, because this came from this incredible county, Wise County, and the town of Decatur, which I used to live close, so it means a lot to me. But when I see the hearts of everybody here, and what you do and what you think of our heroes, well, I'm going to do something special with this money. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to convert and add to this money, and we're going to make it $1 million, and we're going to give all 5 of these heroes a new home.
I pride myself, and if you have an event, you bring the best animals you can bring, and you want the very best guys. And I always considered bringing the greatest bulls was what helped the greatest guys show up, because they wanted to come get on. Well, a little bit of rumor got out that some of the guys wasn't going to enter this year because they didn't want to have to get on Bushwhacker or Mickey Mouse and bulls like that. Well, me being pretty hard-headed and stubborn as I am, I know how they all are on social media, so I got on there and I give them all a little piece of my mind, and you know, Pistol Robinson come back on there, and after I'd spouted off, he spouted off, and before you knew it, we was back to what really started our sport in the beginning is a guy betting money that you can't, I got a bull you can't ride. And over a few Twitter conversations there, the bet arrived that I'd give him 40-to-1 odds on one condition, that he at least bet $1,000. And you know, the sky was the limit. I was going to cover whatever bet he laid, but I thought he would bet $2,000. And he bet 1,000, so it's 40,000 to his 1,000 that he can't ride Bushwhacker tomorrow night. And it's a personal bet between me and Pistol. I don't know where he's getting his 1,000, but I know, or my wife knows where that 40 come from for sure.
That success on the Billboard Tote Series, but right now, just like all of them, it is all about the points, getting in that championship round and getting closer to getting in contention for $1 million. He took a shot. Wow, he did take a shot. Looked like he got knocked out by Hart Cattle Company, Recon County. I tell you, J.W. Hart raising this one. I watched this bull a couple of weeks ago in Uvalde, Texas.